All right. All right. Well, every good thing has to be spoiled by, something that's kind of awful. Do you love your mom and her two-hit multi-target attacks,
Like, why
otherwise known as Okasan Online?
can we just talk about immediately how lack of a video game it is? Like, why would you even make all the moms overpowered?
Milf's Kai.
So
Milf's,
before
Kai.
I want to go into the plot, the summary of the series, because it ain't got much of a plot.
No, it has a
Masato
bunch of
Os-
plot.
I mean, yeah, it does, but I just want to say it's barely there because of how open-ended.
No,
Oh
no,
no, the
Chris.
plot's there. The plot's
There's a
there.
bunch of plot.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
And some
Didn't think you were
lore.
the one that would make that joke, Case. I didn't expect it. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so story follows Masato Osuki, who basically he's a teenager who's constantly being coddled by his mother, Mamako. Great name, by the way. In Japanese, that would just mean mama girl. Because
Serious?
means mama
Okay,
and ko
I-
means girl.
I knew it was already a shitty name when I read it.
It's kind of I just want y'all to know mama is gonna be constantly
Oh my! I know.
dude, it's bad. Everything has mama in it. Alright, so Masato is coddled by his mother, and one day he basically is he signs up for this thing, this questionnaire, more or less. And in response, his mother and him are both sent to a video game. At first, he didn't know that his mother was going with him. He thought it was only going to be him. For some reason, he was really happy to be sent to a video game. And it's like, even I wouldn't want to go into a video game.
It depends. If I die in a video game and that means I die for real, then no. But if I know immediately I'm a play tester and I'm fine, yeah, that sounds dope.
I think it would depend on what game for me.
It depends. Are we dot hack? Are we log horizon? Are we SAO? Like, what's the standard here? What's the rules?
We're SAO, but we're not Kirito.
Yeah.
All right, I'm leaving. Cool, I'm out.
All right, so Masato, he tries to, he supposedly has the role of the hero in the game, but he's not the strongest hero. That title is held to his mother, who has the highest stats available in the game and is capable of destroying almost all of her opponents with her twin swords
With one hit.
with one hit, which is able to hit multiple targets. Hence the title, it's super bad. Anyways, because of this, Masato is feeling a bit inferior, as
As he would.
he would, yeah. Since this is, I guess, supposed to be his story, but he's not even the strongest in his story.
It's not even his story. It's just like it's a video game.
Yeah, but
If
he's
I
under the
can't-
assumption, I guess.
If I
what mean?
can't play the game, what is even the point of me in the game?
Like, he feels like since he got drafted into the Isekai, he should be the strongest. You know what I mean? It's a Katakawa production, all right.
I
It's
don't even
got
think
its.
that's his issue because like why is that the same issue? It's just like why am I even here if I can't even fight anything?
Thing is, Masato can fight. He's just really, really dumb for something, in my opinion. Anyway.
No, I don't think he's dumb. How do
I
you
just think he
fight
doesn't
if
focus
your
on things,
mom can one shot everything and she has an AoE attack? It's like by the time he winds up and kill a monster, they're all dead.
See, I'll get to that in a moment. Their goal, more or less, is to continue to play quests in order to strengthen the bond between parents and children. That's what video games are made for. I mean, it can have that effect, but I think making a video game with that intention isn't going to yield the results you're looking for.
I mean, this definitely feels like Sword Art Online, where it's just like, I have questions about game design here.
It's a out production. It's not going to have game design.
It's not even complicated game design. It's just like very surface level.
Just go watch Log Horizon. It's okay.
Watch Log Horizon, .hack. Watch something good. So, I'm gonna just say this right off the bat. I'm tired of everything happening Mama Ain't.
Oh, you
Mama
mean
Cole,
like MMM on MMORPG?
What?
Yes, I forgot what this stood for. I think
Mom's
you got it
massively maternal multiplayer making up with offspring control.
Get me the fuck out of here right now.
It's so bad, dude. It's just there for no reason.
Or what about
Medi
the
Mama?
Town of Maternia?
It's like, hey, you know this anime's about mom? You didn't? This character's name is Medi Mama. It's got mama in the name. Mama!
Mama!
Or the King of Mamalia.
Like, please, have a little bit of subtlety, you know?
How do you have subtlety when your sage is named Wise?
Oh yeah, all the characters are just like named after what they are. It's like Goblin Slayer, but not as creative.
The person that's holding all their stuff is named Porta. Like,
or the,
what? The medic is Medi? It's like, please be a little bit.
Or the NPC is Inform, and she constantly talks about how she's going to inform you.
Hold on. I think she's the best character, though. She's funny. Though her name is just Masumi Shirase. Though Shirase is like Inform. It's like they tried to be Japanese when it comes to... I know they're Japanese, but it's like they tried to be Japanese with their naming scheme, you know what I mean? But in the end, they were still acts.
Yeah, it feels like this is all one big joke that they're on, that they are well aware of. It's like just not working.
A good naming scheme is like Dragon Ball, except for when it comes to Bulma's family lineage, that kind of stuff.
Aren't they all underwear?
Yeah, but it's like, it's not even too subtle. Like Goku's Kakarot, it's still related to like food though, like Gohan is rice. Radish, it still has some type of subtlety to it that you would have to know the source.
What is a Bardock?
A burdick plant. I'll find a picture and show you.
I don't care that much.
I will do it.
My issue, see, I feel like conceptually, Milsakai is alright, because once you get to episode 4, it's like Persona, but with relationships.
It's just social links in the game.
I'm gonna say Persona has relationship.
No, what I mean is, like, you know, in Persona 4 when they have to address their shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like that, but with children with their mothers.
If that's the point of it, I guess they can make it work.
It's just...
I don't feel like that's the point they're trying to get across. I would have to see more episodes, and I'm actually going to come back probably with the final, like when the final episode comes back, and just have the full review of it. But I want to see where they go with this.
Yeah,
I may give it up if it's bad.
But I mean, it also doesn't make sense, because then you have Masato and his mom, and there's no way for that to work. It's unintentional inside the universe, but the only way they bond is by helping others. But that was not the original idea for them.
Can we talk about how much of a little shit Masato is?
Oh, he's such a bitch.
He is such a douchebag, dude. Like, the first episode, his mom's just trying to help him with something, and he's like, I'll disown you. And I'm like, what? Really?
Yeah, I was like, all right.
Like, she's just trying... She can't control the situation she's been put in.
But then,
it's pretty obvious his mom is an airhead.
Like around episode 3 and 4, I was like, all right, he kind of turned around a bit. It took him a bit, but he realized how much of a shit he's been.
Like, it's just, he's a dick. Like, this, I can't say anything else about him. Even though I've seen the other episodes, I can't find a likable thing about him. He seems like a diet Kazuma with all the worst parts of Kazuma, but not ramped up to be a comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. Actually, it wasn't even the worst parts. It's worse than Kazuma.
That's what I mean. Like, the worst parts of Kazuma ramped up to 100, but not in a comedic way. That's why I'd say this show is a diet Konosuba with all the bad parts of Konosuba, but not in a.
But there are no bad parts about
exactly.
Konosuba.
There's no bad parts in Konosuba. It's a pretty good show.
No, I mean
this
all
is
the
just...
parts that would make it.
No,
bad.
I get what you mean. Yeah, it's like how like it doesn't take much for Kazuma's character to be like really fucking bad if it's not done right.
Exactly. The things they do right, if they didn't do it right, obviously it would be bad. Well, this is the things that wasn't done right.
Okay, I see. What you mean. Yeah.
Like Wise, she's basically a mixture of Aqua and Aqua when it comes to quote unquote uselessness. Even though it seems like he just went off. I understand, the issue that he had with, but he just immediately just instantly turned into a dick on her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How do I explain it? James, you did see the episode, where they introduced Wise.
I've not watched most of K.I.S.S, unfortunately.
All right,
I never
well,
got around to it.
Wise is a female wizard. Just don't, unless you're gonna join in on the final review, if it even gets any better. But Wise is basically a magician that doesn't know too many spells, and even when they say that, it still seems like she knows a good amount of spells.
Yeah, she knows a good amount of spells. I didn't even see that part.
But when they introduced her, he was like, "Oh, you're just showing us all that you really know," and she just like acts as if that's true. But later on, it shows that she knows a good amount of spells. So in the end, they went against their own thing,
Except for the part where she gets silenced, which I would think a mage would be prepared for.
Yeah, well, yeah. But that's what they got Porta for, I guess.
Which, I actually like Porta. I like the idea of having a non-combatant in your team.
Likewise, it's actually pretty cool. I also like, as strange as it sounds, Medi Mama, which would be the...
No, absolutely not.
You're making that one fucking up. That's not a name.
Hear me out.
That's her name.
Her name is Medi Mama, and her daughter's name is
Medi.
I quit.
No, hear me out. I don't like her as a character, but I like how they presented her. You can immediately tell the issue that Medi would have with her mother, and it's that she
is a helicopter parent.
She is the ultimate helicopter parent. She's basically living out vicariously through her daughter.
Once again, overpowered ability. Why would the mom?
She has James. She has a staff that lets her cast magic without actually chanting.
She insta-casts.
She has insta-cast.
Why the fuck is she insta-cast?
The first antagonist has every spell in the game, and then she's capable of making new spells that it didn't design.
She hacked herself. She hacked into the game, and she was able to create basically anything.
To which, question: how did she lose? Remember that part? Spoilers, but I don't care if I spoil this for you. Remember that part where the mom gets surrounded by trees?
Yeah.
And then they're in a cube of a cheating program that's basically her own universe that she could do whatever. And then the mother just Zenkai boost out of the cube.
And the thing is, through the trees, like when
trees,
when Mamako was surrounded, she made it so the trees were indestructible. Yet somehow Mamako destroys the trees that were indestructible.
Keep in mind, Mamako is playing within the rules. The villain is playing outside of the rules.
Also, Wise's mother has what was it? She made one threat that I didn't understand. She said, if I could materialize a country's
she can
secrets,
do literally anything, including outside the world. She can take the country's most private documents. To which I
I'm
asked,
thinking, how?
how
It's
exactly?
a video game. How? This is a video game.
I have many questions. I have many a
I'm
questions.
not playing a Realm Reborn. I'm thinking, dang, I wonder what Russia got right now. It's not
What
gonna
kind of-
appear in my inventory. Like, gee,
This is
it don't work
civilization on
like that.
crack.
Like, if they're gonna do that, they need to find a way to make it so that game is played in every single, everywhere.
Yeah, it's not
And make
even,
it
the
connected
game is
to
out
every
yet. It's in
single internet.
beta.
So there's no way it would be on its own servers connected to just itself. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
There's no
so
other
like,
way.
Also,
How would
so
it
like,
get?
hold on.
Stupid.
a minor annoyance. Why is her skin dark?
Just evil.
But
Black is bad.
literally every other character do have like new clothing and whatnot. Don't change their hairstyle, doesn't change their skin, nothing about them. This
Are they
one
evil?
character is like now dark brown, just like the lady from Fire Force, has a fan also. I don't know what's up with fans.
Did they just steal that?
See, at
from
least with
Fire
Fire Force, it was kind of cool that she had like a fan that could shoot fire. That was kind of awesome. Like just how it looked.
Force? Yeah, honestly.
But
But she-
I assume once she got like her godly ability, somehow they managed to beat, she just decided to change her appearance because like afterwards her appearance went back to
but why?
Black is bad.
Why?
Because having dark skin is bad.
I don't know.
I also, James, she sits on a throne of
Dudes.
naked man.
Are you sure this isn't just Fire Force? I feel like they're fighting this from Fire Force.
Like imagine a Game of Thrones chair, but with dudes, just dudes like making the
Are you-
chairs out of themselves.
This is
And
literally
so-
just Hana from Fire Force.
The reason why they find her is because she threatened the village to give her the sexiest man they had in their village, so she can use him as an abs table
God.
that she can just rub. And it's just
Listening
like
to that again in English makes me think, wow, someone wrote this.
someone wrote this. At the same time, I'm thinking, yeah, your mom really needs help. This
I
is
think this guy's Oedipus complex. I think that's what this means.
The
This
one
is-
thing I hated about that episode, or that little arc, is that they wanted to make it as if Wise was the one in the wrong. But Wise, in my opinion, didn't seem to be the one.
no.
Her
Okay,
mother was
James.
all
Here's
around.
the other part. Mom spends all her money and time at host clubs. Her daughter, real name is after her favorite host.
It was like Genya or something.
Yes.
That's
She
so
left she divorced her father and went to go somewhere else for like a year or two before she came back and forced her daughter into the game.
Yeah, yet somehow that arc is supposed to be like near the end. They wanted Wise is like trying to get
Yeah,
You know,
your child is selfish. It's like you left your family. Wait, you
like
can't.
how is Wise selfish? Because her mother.
Masato is selfish.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Mazato's selfish.
Time.
And they tried. Wait,
time.
one last thing. They tried to make it seem as though Masato and Genya were basically the same, like on the same footing. From what I can tell, Genya is an
It's just a
sorry.
victim.
She's she's been the one victimized. Like I don't understand why they could even act like that. That's just
and it's
gonna
like,
change.
children ruin your life. Like what do you think you're doing right now? You're calling your child selfish? You literally left your child. You gave birth to someone and it went, nah, screw it.
say, yeah, I'll watch over you, lol, JK.
So like, I'm gonna change something, and I feel like this is gonna be like the easiest way to fix this entire story, right? Shift the focus and like get a good writer to make it like mothers' relationships with their kids.
I feel like that's the purpose they're
That-
trying
that's-
to do,
That's what they're trying to do,
but they're not doing it.
really, really badly.
Especially
they're-
with the first attempt they've shown.
There's sword art online here. It's like you're trying to do something. You're trying to do something else, and you're putting it in a game world, but you're neither fleshing out the game world or this thing you're trying to do.
Or the relationships, because like on paper, this is a decent idea. You know, you have the protagonist and his mom go in there. They're like, he's antagonistic to her. She just wants to help him, kind of like the Goofy movie. and then by seeing other people and their fucked up relationships with their moms, it helped him appreciate his more. But no, we don't get that.
We get the kids are the one in the wrong, or at least in the. I don't know how they're gonna handle Medi, who's gonna be the next person they have to deal with. But it just seems like they don't really understand how either dynamic will work. Sorry, the dynamic being either them focusing on the game or them focusing on the relationship aspect. They're just trying to go with. I don't know what they're trying to go with. This is the entire issue I have. With
my issue is like what you should have done is not make any of the moms overpowered, or at least the main character's mom, so that in more conflicts they can build a relationship.
They can work together,
I would love that.
Or like Xenoblading, where they have to like fight together, and they get stronger as they fight together.
Exactly.
By making her OP, that just causes more conflict.
Well,
Because
no,
now
if you make her OP, you have to shift the focus to relationships.
I mean, yeah.
Or kind of, because
From
like
what
now he
I've
relies
noticed,
on her.
sorry.
No, I'm just like, because now he relies on her so much, he's basically like getting coddled, and then that's like, you have
He's
to
back
address
to
that.
square
Or else
one.
exactly.
From what I've noticed when it comes to RPGs, especially Persona, maybe 3, 4. Friendships or bonds are made when both sides struggle. If it's just one person, example being Junpei. When the leader, or Minato, whatever you call him, when he became leader and he was, just one of the strongest Persona users in Seas, Junpei had a feeling of inferiority, and he actually hated the leader because of that. I assume Masato would have the same case. I mean, later on, Junpei did become friends with him, but that was because, that's
So
the whole.
you began to respect him, like after the train incident, and like Junpei like chilled out. He was like, "Yeah, this dude isn't bad. I just got
And
to
that's
get over
because
it."
they both struggled.
Together.
Exactly, they both struggled together. If Masato and Momoko, if Masato isn't struggling and he's just like, basically playing support while Momoko is just destroying things, he's still gonna feel his sense of inferiority unless he finds some other way where he's like, oh hey, maybe I can rely on my mom sometimes.
Which is what happened when he go against the Empress.
But I just feel like it'd be better if they both struggle, because then they can both form a bond, a tight bond.
Exactly. Because you should have it sort of like he can learn to rely on her, not to the point of being coddled, but just like, yeah, my mom's got my back. But also she can learn that he can stand on his own 2 feet, and because he's growing up.
Dude, you know how much better that would have been?
Which is his initial reason for going into the game world. He states, I want to learn how to be independent and get strong enough so that I can be more honest with my mom.
That's his entire thing. And if they were both fighting together, he would learn just how important, he would learn just how important it would be to be honest with your mom. He would learn a lot more than just that. He would be able to just be strong enough with her, and they'd be able to fight together. Like I keep saying.
Also, the other issue with the show is all the fan service. Remember when they fight the slime?
Yeah,
And
for
second
episode,
for some reason, the slime who is using water powers melts through only the mother's clothes. They both get hit, and the mother gets hit, and she's bare naked.
Because you gotta get that fan service in.
I know the demographic is for males, but as a dude, I didn't like that scene. I just felt it was it was just unnecessary, I want to just skip to the actual combat. Not all combat has to have like a game over scene from like an adult Flash game. You know what I mean?
A game over scene.
Am I wrong? Aren't all of them like that?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Or when they meet Wise for the first time, she's on his face and you get a panty shot of her.
That's not necessary.
And it's just like, and you get multiple panty shops when they're talking about the world, when they're doing world building. I'm just like, huh? It's
You
not
know
even
what
the
I-
right tone for
like,
that.
It's not necessary. Though I do like the introduction of Wise, how she turned herself into paper. That was funny. I liked it. So I will give it some compliments. It has some moments where the comedy's good. Example being, yeah, same. An example of comedy that I liked was just Shirase's character and how almost every episode she dies in some way.
Yeah, I actually did appreciate that.
I think my favorite one currently is when she gets impaled. She gets res, but she's still impaled, so she just dies again.
Remember when she walks through the tree and then she just dies?
I think I like the one with the impalement, just because as she gets revived, no, when she just gets revived, she's like, I would have preferred it if you revived me and I was no longer, impaled, and it just dies again. So I'm not gonna lie, comedy like that is good. It's good. The only issue is the main story doesn't make me want to stay for the comedy. And the characters. And by that I just mean Masato.
I do want to know what Porter's mom relationship, because she's not with her mom either, so something must have happened.
She says she's a test player, but I have a feeling she's like an NPC. Maybe even an AI, and like Shirase made the AI, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because she feels kind of like a surrogate daughter.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they design her.
They're not smart enough to logarize in this shit.
I guess.
Oh, I definitely think they're lazy enough to just take an idea from another anime.
Now that I can believe.
Because
they're not even logarizing it. They're gonna look at just
Sword Art Online. Like, oh yeah, that girl who was in the program. Let's do that.
Yeah, wasn't that her name? I don't know if it's Yui or Yuri.
It's Yui. I hate Yui.
Okay.
Oh, another thing I didn't like. You know when they're getting armor?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that stupid scene.
With the bikini armor, I'm like, guys, how often are we gonna do the female armor trope in this anime?
The only time they have done it right was in a short anime that was only 5 minutes, but they had like 15 episodes, called Bikini Warriors, where it was based on ridiculousness of the bikini being the strongest armor in the game. And each warrior had like a bikini version of their armor, which was like, mages. It was just like have the same hat. They would have like a maid-based bikini armor. And that's the only time they do it right. That is Senran Kagura, basically. But Senran Kagura is good.
I mean, the point is like, that's stupid. But the thing is, like, most Western animes, the bikini armor is only in Japanese and Korean RPGs.
They're only calling it out, yet they're never trying to fix it. You know,
they call it out, but you never see it in Western RPGs.
Nope.
That's just not a thing that happens there. Like you don't see people in WoW running around in bikini armor. He said this is not what Western RPGs do. And this game is based in a medieval era of Western medieval. So you're basing it on a Western RPG. So why even use the joke in the first place?
It was just to get Mamako in a West Indies for $2 million. Like, unless they were gonna do a beach episode, which would have been hard for them to do in the thing that they had. But they'll do it anyway. They'll
have it eventually. It'll happen eventually. It always does.
They're gonna have a bikini episode.
I mean, they already have school episodes.
They did have a school episode, which I actually found that to be kind of funny, especially the teacher. You know what I mean? Like, the teacher of it, he's just like, he didn't care that she was trying to mimic a student.
Yeah, but those questions were BS.
They were super stupid, man. Man, what was the one question that was like the center of it that I hated? It was, how do you get the Demon Lord out of his room? I understand with how the game works that they were gonna go that route. But when I heard it, I'm like,
That's stupid.
Who is?
Wait, what's the answer?
Okay.
So you get his mom, and there's like, you get his mom and bring his mom to him, and like his response will be like, "What are you doing to her?" And she'll like get out of the room. Or he'll get out of the room.
No, it's worse than that. It's more coddling. So the main character's mom comes out and says, well, as a mom, the mom will come out and say, it's all right, Dark Lord. It's safe out here. No need to be afraid. Come out of your room.
I hate everything about this.
And as she's doing that, she has like a heavenly glow because one of her abilities is whenever she's happy or feeling very motherly, she glows. And it also prevents all her teammates from being debuffed from natural.
Bullshit.
I hate the name of these abilities. It's always like mother's this or mama this. It's like, please stop. Have a little subtlety. Just a little bit.
Well, Chris, her sword is Mother Earth and then Mother Ocean. She has an ability where she prays to the earth because it's
and
Mother
it helps
Earth.
her find her son. I remember that.
To which, you know what would have been a better way to beat that ability with the program, the cheat program? If she used that ability to interrupt the cube, because the ability says it interrupts anything that's happening around his son. That would have been a smart ability used.
But, oh man, unlike Asuka, I can't say that this had a chance of being amazing. Because the way it handles itself, it destroyed its chance 10 minutes into the first episode.
Yeah.
So now I just want to see how bad it can get. But that's also a waste of time. Like, I could be watching something else.
We've been talking about this for too long.
We've been watching Dr. Stone. Speaking of Dr. Stone.
You gotta give it a rating.
I give it 2 piles of shit out of 3 toilets.
I give it 1 Bruce Jenner out of 5 moms.
Alright,
I'm gonna give you that one, G.
That's a yikes.
I'm gonna give you that one. That was good.
Holy shit.
Actually, it's Caitlyn now, dude, alright?
Yeah, that's actually my bad. It's Caitlyn Jenner.
It's Bruce Mama. It's actually Bruce Mama. Oh boy. Don't watch games. It had a description I thought I would have liked. Because, as you know how I feel when it comes to overpowered anime, if they focus on the slapstick and the comedy of it, like One Punch Man does, it could be good. This doesn't. I'm not a fan. But I want to see how far it just burns.